You're in a dream. The room around you doesn't make sense. The ceiling is too tall. The hallway behind you goes somewhere it shouldn't. And the person standing across from you, their face keeps changing every time you look away. But then, quietly, like a whisper rising up from somewhere deep inside your chest, you realize it. You're dreaming. And for just a moment, everything feels possible. You think, I can change this. I can take control. This is mine. So you try. You reach out to reshape the world around you, to fly, to walk through the wall in front of you, to become the author of everything your sleeping mind has built. And then something pushes back. The dream twists. Shadowy figures appear from nowhere, pulling you back into the story. The environment starts unraveling at the edges, and before you can hold onto it, the awareness is gone. You're just dreaming again, like you never woke up at all. This is what lucid dreaming actually feels like for most people. Not a superpower, not a playground, a negotiation with a mind that does not want to be controlled. Lucid dreaming is the experience of becoming conscious inside a dream, knowing you are asleep while the dream continues running all around you. It sounds simple. It isn't. Psychologist Stephen LaBerge spent decades studying this phenomenon at Stanford University. He discovered that during a lucid dream, a person could send deliberate signals to researchers using controlled eye movements, proof that one part of the brain had come fully awake while the rest remained deep in REM sleep. Two states of consciousness, running simultaneously, inside the same mind. Research suggests that around 55% of people have experienced at least one lucid dream in their lifetime, and roughly 23% report having them with some regularity. But here's what those people almost never say in the beginning. The moment they tried to take control of their dream, something inside the dream pushed back, and most of them never understood why. To understand why the mind resists, you first have to understand what the dreaming brain actually is. During REM sleep, the stage where vivid dreaming happens, your brain does not go quiet. It becomes intensely active. The emotional centers light up, memory networks fire, visual processing surges. Your brain is not resting. It is constructing an entire world from nothing. But one region goes dark, the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for logic, rational thought, and self-awareness, essentially shuts down. And that is not a malfunction. That silence is intentional. It is what allows the dream to feel completely real. Without your inner critic running, you accept impossible things without question. You don't look for inconsistencies. You simply live inside whatever the dream presents. Now, when you become lucid, what is actually happening is that the prefrontal cortex begins to reactivate. Researchers at the Max Planck Institute found that people who lucid dream frequently have a physically larger anterior prefrontal cortex than average. Their brains are structurally wired for the kind of ongoing self-reflection that makes lucidity possible in the first place. But here is where it becomes complicated. The dreaming brain has its own momentum, its own gravity. It built this world. It has been running it without you, sometimes for hours. And when your conscious mind suddenly arrives and announces that it is taking over, the unconscious does not simply step aside. It has reasons to resist. There is a theory in psychology called threat simulation theory. Finnish neuroscientist Antti Revonsuo proposed that one of the primary functions of dreaming is to simulate threatening situations, to rehearse danger, to prepare the mind for fear in a space where nothing can truly harm you. Dreams, in other words, may be a kind of training ground. And if that is true, if the unconscious mind is running a simulation with a real purpose, then your attempt to take control makes you the disruption, not the protagonist, the interference. There is something even deeper here, though. Maintaining control inside a dream requires something psychologists call sustained metacognition. It means staying aware of your own awareness in real time, while the dream constantly pulls at you, trying to draw you back into its current. The moment your focus drifts even slightly, the prefrontal cortex goes quiet again, and the dream absorbs you back completely. Most people do not lose their lucidity because the dream defeats them. They lose it because staying conscious inside an unconscious world is genuinely exhausting. The waking mind and the dreaming mind are not built to share the same space. They exist in opposition, and when they collide, the waking self almost always loses. There is something quietly devastating about that. You become aware inside your own mind, and you still cannot fully take control. The story keeps moving without your permission. The world your unconscious built refuses to yield, and eventually the awareness slips away, like trying to hold smoke in an open hand. Maybe that is the most honest thing dreams have ever shown us about ourselves, that we are not as in control as we believe, not in sleep, and if we are being truthful, not entirely in waking life either. Most of what happens inside us happens without our permission. Emotions we never asked for, thoughts that arrive without warning, memories that surface at 2 a.m. with no invitation and no explanation, fears we cannot locate the source of, grief that moves through us like weather. The mind has its own agenda, and sometimes, even when you are fully awake and fully aware, watching it all happen in real time, you still cannot stop it. That is not a flaw. That is just what it means to be human.